92 WICB City Rhythms. Joined live right now with Talib Kweli. How you doing?
What's good?
Thanks for coming. I think the only way appropriately to start off this interview is by quoting you. I speak at schools a lot because they say I'm intelligent. You know, because I'm dope. If I was whack, I'd be irrelevant. So welcome to Ithaca College.
Oh, thank you, man. I heard Ithaca is gorgeous.
Yeah, Ithaca is gorgeous. That's right. So the new album, Prisoner of Conscience.
You spelled it wrong, too.
What did I spell wrong?
Conscious.
Oh. Prisoner of Conscience. Good thing it's for the radio, right? Prisoner of Conscience, Six Soul album.
That is the correct way to spell that phrase, but that's not the way that mine is. So you did it correctly, but that made you wrong.
That's the Microsoft word, you know.
Yeah.
Prisoner of Conscience, the sixth solo album coming out April 23rd. And I know you told Rolling Stone magazine that one of the things you're hoping to accomplish with this album is you're trying to remove the notion that you're the quote poster boy for underground hip hop, or the way that at least you've been marketed that way.
Yeah, I don't know about remove that notion, but certainly to broaden the idea of what people might see me as an artist. The way I see myself as an artist is often more broad and more inclusive of a lot of things than how a lot of a lot of consumers see me as an artist.
Right, and like one of the ways maybe you got Nelly on this album, which is probably a little bit different. Busta Rhymes, Ryan Leslie. Is that one of the things that you considered in the process?
Yeah, the songs are organic and the songs call for people. I didn't go into it like who sold the most in the '90s. Nelly, let me get him.
Right.
But Nelly was at the house, and I was like, you know what? This is an album that you can jump on. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I didn't set out looking for specific artists to collaborate with, but I definitely it's not so much about the collaborations. It's about the musical choices that are not different, but I feel like I focus more on the musicality.
Okay, cool. And like one of them, in terms of musicality, the new single Upper Echelon, Harry Fraud gave you a beat that maybe people wouldn't like recognize at first that Harry Fraud did. It's more maybe modern.
Well, it's funny you say that because it's sampled drums.
Right.
I forget the name of the song that the drums are sampled from, but those drums were famously used for Master Ace Born to Roll.
Right.
And me being a hip hop head, one thing I like about Harry Fraud is his tracks, like the track he got, I'm a motherfucking Coke Boy. Like that track is Royal Flush is rapping on that in '93. Right. So I like the fact that Harry Fraud is a producer that can make things that sound new, but still hark back to an era that I come from. And so he sent me a lot of beats, but that was one that spoke to me because it represented to me both eras. And I think people who hear it and only hear the new era in it, it exposes their ignorance of hip hop to me. It and maybe that's me being biased because I made the damn song. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like for someone to be like, oh, that's that new style beat, I don't see how you can say it's just a new style beat when it's sampling the same drums as Born to Roll.
Right. Right. And maybe probably people who just listen to commercial hip hop wouldn't pick up on things like that.
Right. They might have missed that record.
Right. And that makes sense when you say in the track rapping been laughable over the last year or two.
Right, and I'm borrowing from Born to Roll. I took the whole first line of Born to Roll. That's on Brainiac, Dumb Dumb, Busted Scientifical. I took the hook. Check it out, baby. Check it out, y'all. I didn't write that hook. That hook comes from Born to Roll.
Right. So, we all know you have this large catalog of music as a solo artist with Mos Def, with Black Star, Hi-Tek, Reflection Eternal, and you just did the Attack the Block mixtape with Z-Trip. So how come this album, Prisoner of Conscience, took the longest to make?
This album, I was doing a lot of things. I started this album 4 years ago, but since I started working on it, of course I did Attack the Block, I did Gutter Rainbows, I did Idol Worship. These are all things that I needed to keep myself relevant in the marketplace. Idol Worship was a vanity project that me and Reese did. It was just for me to have fun. But, definitely Gutter Rainbows was something that I put out because I just needed to have music out to relate to the people.
Right. So I want to jump to the music industry for a second, and you recently said in an interview that the key to longevity is learning how to recognize the trends but not just follow them. What do you think are some trends that artists need to recognize regardless of what genre they're doing?
I think they need to recognize how the containers and the way that people receive music is changing. The average fan does not receive music on a CD or a tape or vinyl, so the old archaic ways of the industry are just about dead. People need to recognize that we are living in times where consumers feel entitled to download music for free, where they feel like they're being revolutionary almost when they do that. Now, I don't agree with that attitude, and I have many reasons why that would probably be a whole other interview. But whether I agree with that attitude or not is irrelevant if people are still going to do that. So I have to adapt to what people are actually doing rather than complain about what they used to do or what they're not doing. And that's what I think. That's just a couple of things artists have to pay attention to. The people in the music industry that most people are excited about now did it on their own. There wasn't a machine behind them. Matter of fact, the industry is not making bets on anybody. Anybody from Kendrick Lamar to Drake to damn Trinidad James. Anyone who gets $1 million deal is because they got it cracking on the internet industries first. I mean, it's before it used to be every once in a while, but now it's just across the board. If you don't get it cracking on your own first, you're not going to get a deal.
Right. And of course, the power of social media as well is a big help. You're on Twitter for people who want to reach you at Talib Kweli Green, correct?
At Talib Kweli, yes.
So, even though we're here to talk about the music and everything, it's hard to leave out the things you do outside of music. I just read that you did a film discussion on The Big Lebowski because that's one of your favorite films, and you just partnered with MTVU for Against Our Will campaign. What inspires you to be proactive and use your voice in the other mediums and platforms?
It all is intertwined. It's like the music is a way for me to enrich my life and enrich other people's lives, and it's like I'm very aware of the fact that the community I come from is the reason why I'm successful. So it just makes sense for me to do community-based things. And I mean, as far as the Lebowski, I just love films, and that's just a great film with dramatic elements, with musical elements, with comedic elements. So it just kind of comes together for me.
Cool. And besides the album coming out in April, and your speaking engagements, you're here today, and you're going on tour tomorrow. What else can fans expect from you, maybe musically this year, for the rest of the year?
Just they can look forward to my album, Prisoner of Conscience. I hope they enjoy it. I'm putting out an album with my homeboy Corey Mo. He's coming out on my label. Reese is putting out an album on my label, Javoti. So we're just moving, man.
Cool. Any final comments? How fans can get in contact with you, things like that?
Yeah. I mean, Twitter's a good way. Facebook, Tumblr, and my website, talibkweli.com.
Cool. Well, appreciate your time.
Thanks
a lot. Welcome to Ithaca College again.
Thank you.
It's 92 WICB City Rhythms.
What's up? It's the BKMC, Talib Kweli, and you checking out Breezy on the beat. 92 WICB.